Evan, tell me something.
Did you know that the Chiefs' magic number for the 1 seed is down to 1?
Dahm. That's true. Welcome, everybody, into another episode of Dahm. That's true. I'm your host with the most, Owen Domination 7 Dahm. And joining me is the Evan from Heaven, Shanalak. Got it right this time. If you're around for the first time, no, you weren't. Anyway, welcome in, everybody. It's week 16 recap, right? No, week 15?
16.
16? Yeah, 16, because we're 13.
18 weeks now, 17 games.
Right. Yeah, so to week 16, 17, 18. Yeah, you're right. Yep. Anyway, welcome in, everybody. Another flying start with me at the helm. But yeah, we're going to be recapping the Chiefs versus Texans game. We're going to be talking about a couple of Chiefs questions before getting into maybe a little bit of K-State. And as always, the betting corner and the Scorigami. But yeah, Evan, how was your week?
It was pretty good. Last week of school, so winter break started. I've got the next 2 weeks off, and then depending on when the baby comes, maybe another 4 weeks.
Yeah, I was gonna
like
say.
dealing with a newborn.
There you go.
We'll see.
And you've got names all picked out, right?
We're down to the final four. We did a name bracket. I got some input from like students and such, and
Did you actually?
we had 128 names. We're down to the final four, so it's gonna be Lincoln, Milo, Brooks, or Emmett.
There you go. I love those names. Coincidentally, I know people with all of those names.
Yeah.
I mean, there you go. And nothing too common either. And nothing with like a weird EIGH, right?
Right.
Okay, good. Yeah. I literally told my friends, if any of you ever name your kid like Braxtolin or something like that, I'm not talking to you. Anyway, welcome into Dumb. That's true, everybody. I'm going to start off with thanking our patrons. Shout out to Ozzy, Dylan, Aaron, Joe, Skylar, and Meltbox Kansas City. Unfortunately, closed in the Iron District. We're just building anticipation for when they open in the spring. Anyway, fellas, let's get into it. We're going to start off with the Chiefs versus Texans recap. I thought this game was pretty simple for the Kansas City Chiefs. They really flexed their power and just didn't really sweat throughout the game. No real mistakes either. Turned the Texans over. Nice, easy win.
Yeah. Not much to add there. Didn't really feel close ever. It was good to see Marquise Brown get on the field, Hollywood.
Absolutely.
He probably wasn't in every snap, but when he was in, he made some plays. So
there was a Chris Jones injury scare. I did check the injury list. He did not practice today or yesterday.
Okay.
Which is kind of worrying. What do you think?
I hope it's just a precautionary thing. Like 3 games in 11 days, just sit out the middle one and hope that he's fine for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Even if he misses this week and next week, that's still like 3 weeks until that divisional round.
Right.
So.
I think he would have tweeted if his season was over. He tends to do that.
Oh, yeah.
When something bad or something really good happens. But yeah, I liked seeing Marquise Brown out there. I thought he was a really good compliment. I think Xavier Worthy really took a very large step forward this game. But then again, that's what he's been doing for the last 2 or so weeks. But I think, it was just a really complete game from the Chiefs. I think we could have seen more out of Pacheco, but Kareem Hunt looks like he's way more in form right now. And then P. Ryan looks to be, the Jerick McKinnon type receiving back out of the backfield. That's really, he had 2 very large catches in the game.
Yeah.
I think, what do you think about how the Texans played? Do you think that it was just they were just inferior? Obviously, Tank Dell got hurt, which didn't help them, but he did a crazy catch while getting hurt.
Yeah, can't believe he hung on to that.
Yeah, just
I don't know. I mean, CJ had a couple of interceptions that weren't necessarily great play. They were great plays by the Chiefs, but they weren't outstanding interceptions or anything.
Right.
I think they just were bad passes. So maybe it would have been or felt closer if he didn't have those.
Right.
So
I also think the Chiefs did a really good job at getting to CJ Stroud and making him feel pressured in the pocket, which I think, is the whole point of Spagnuolo's defense. I think those 2 interceptions is what happens when they actually get upfront pressure. And I think Chris Jones now has 2 sacks in 2 games since Omenihu has come back, which is good. Obviously, Joshua Williams getting a sack in there. And I believe Karlaftis gets credited for the sack where he ran him out of bounds. Yeah. But either way, I think it was a complete game from the Chiefs. I think this is more of what we're going to start seeing. And I saw somebody on Good Morning Football just say, I think the Chiefs are just, they don't care anymore. And I think that's true. In the regular season, the Chiefs don't care. They're better than you. They don't care about opening their playbook. And I think we opened it just a little bit with some of those kind of sneaky action end around plays. Mm-hmm. But other than that, pretty, vanilla playbook. Kelsey wasn't doing too much. Teams continue just to double cover Kelsey and dare the rest of the team to beat them, which is no longer going to work. Because now we have DeAndre Hopkins who can make insane plays, Xavier Worthy who can make guys miss, and if you miss a single tackle, he's going to score. And then you have reliable running backs like Kareem Hunt and Pacheco back and healthy along with Pirine, and reliable number 2. And I think what happened with DeAndre and Marquise is what's going to happen if you choose to cover Kelsey, which bodes really well for the Chiefs in the future.
Yeah. You know what else we saw 2 of in the last 2 weeks?
What do we see?
Trent McDuffie interceptions.
That's true. After playing his nearly entire career so far without getting an interception, he now has 2 in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which, I think that this is something that Truman had been saying a lot, that once it finally he gets an interception, it'll open the floodgates. Yeah, overall, just a really solid performance from the Chiefs. One thing, it looks like Butker's looking like he's getting healthier. I mean, not that his position's going to matter that much in these next couple of games, but it is going to matter in the playoffs.
Right.
When kicks matter. Yeah, okay, I think we can move on. Evan, is everything fixed?
Is everything fixed? I don't know. Moving Joe Tooney to left tackle, I feel like I haven't had any complaints about the offensive line the last 2 weeks, which maybe that was the biggest thing that needed to be fixed right there. Having Omenihu back has made the defensive line look a lot better. They're getting to the quarterback more. Having Marquise Brown back is going to fix some things. But, I mean, the only thing I'm worried about right now is that Chris Jones injury. See how severe that is. If it's just he rests this week, even takes off the next 2 weeks, but comes back for the playoffs, and I think they're in good form.
Yeah, and I think along with that, I think with this Bills team, because like you said in the beginning of the episode, the magic number's 1.
Yeah. But
I think these next 2 games are very losable for the Bills, and I think that this Chiefs team, the Steelers team doesn't really worry me all that much after we saw what happened to them with the Ravens. I think having TJ Watt out is just it's an astronomical blow it would be to any team. He's going to be the NFL Defensive Player of the Year. There's just not much to say, honestly. I think that the Chiefs could go. Let's put it this way. I think it's possible that Chris Jones doesn't play against the Steelers, just as a precaution.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him play against the Steelers because that means we can rest him against the Broncos in the last game of the year. But, I mean, honestly, I still would like to win that game because it's the Broncos. But if it means, starting Carson Wentz and all the other backups, that's fine with me too. I also agree with what you said about the offensive line. I think that we didn't even hear Nick Caliendo's name. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. He's Joe Tooney's replacement at guard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so guard. So Tooney moved left 1 spot, and Caliendo went in there at left guard.
Nice.
But yeah, I think, and then I believe Jawan Taylor got injured as well, and we saw Wanya Morris taking snaps at right tackle.
Okay.
Which is his actual position, and we didn't hear his name either. So, I mean, the Chiefs are just in this weird spot, obviously we just talked about the wide receiver group, but let's move on. And do you think anything still needs to change?
Yeah, I mean, what I'm worried about there is like I think Joe Tooney at left tackle is probably not a long-term solution, but it probably is good enough solution for the rest of this year.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to worry about depth at that point
Right.
because obviously if he ever gets injured or has to take a game off, that's going to be a huge issue.
Yeah, and I think that just all builds on the fact that the Chiefs need to win against the Steelers and just finish it. Because if the Chiefs beat the Steelers, one seed secured, don't have to play anybody against the Broncos.
Yeah.
But once again, it's a short week, and they play 2 days from now, which is weird. Which means this podcast is going to be coming out on the day that on the day that the game is played. So I might work a little magic and release this tomorrow. I think I will.
Right.
I think I will.
You don't think a lot of people are going to be waking up Christmas morning and being like, let's turn on Dahm, that's true.
I would love that to be the case, but something tells me they might not. But yeah, so that needs to change. Yeah. That's what's needed to change.
This will be the rare, like, 2 games played between Dahm, that's true episodes too, isn't it? Or is the next one, is the Broncos game Monday Night Football?
I believe the Broncos game is Monday night because they give the Chiefs the extended pseudo bye.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
I'm not sure for sure though. But yeah, it's all kind of weird right now for the Chiefs. Let me know if you agree with this. I just feel like we're in the same spot kind of we were last year at this point. Even though we had a lot more losses last year.
I think this point last year, because
did I say last year? I meant in 2023, before
2020, like
2022, yes,
2 years ago,
before the Eagles.
Okay, yeah, I feel like it's pretty similar position to then. Last year, I feel like we kind of felt like all hope was lost,
right?
Because the Chiefs lost to the Raiders on
Christmas
Day,
2 days
right?
from now, yeah, a year ago.
I think they still have 2 games after that. They would have had the Bengals and then maybe the Chargers or something.
Yeah.
And they won both of those games, right. But like this time last year is like, okay, Chiefs are gonna lose first round of the playoffs.
Right, it was a complete meltdown.
Yeah.
But I feel like this. Well, and also, let me rephrase what I said. I think we're more confident going in than last year, but I don't think we're as confident as 2022 because I think in 2022 we were like, yeah, we're the best team. Like, no one's even close. We'll see you in the Super Bowl. And I think that we think we're good, and we think that we'll get to the Super Bowl, but I don't think it's exactly as clear as it was. Does that make sense?
Yeah. This almost kind of feels like the 2020 season, outside of obvious reasons, but
right.
It kind of feels like that season where the Chiefs were obviously going to be the 1 seed, and then they make it back to the Super Bowl, and then like offensive line issues come up, and amongst other things. Like,
so what you're saying is, let's hope the Buccaneers miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that Baker Mayfield's Tom Brady though.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see? Here, actually, we'll move on to our next topic before I ask you that. But what scares you? And I say again on the PowerPoint because we asked this question last week.
I'm not sure. Like the only team from the AFC you've seen take out the Chiefs were the Tom Brady Patriots.
Yep.
And then the Bengals, which Bengals have, I don't know, a 10% chance of making the playoffs still. But I'm not really scared of them. Like, I think they kind of got that off their back a couple years ago.
Right.
As far as the AFC, like, I should be scared of the Bills. Like, there's no reason to not be scared of the Bills.
Right.
The only reason I'm not is because the Chiefs have just owned them in the playoffs.
Right. And they're kind of in the same position that they've been in for years past. Bills have either secured 1 or 2 seed. Chiefs are the 1 or 2 seed. I guess last year we were 3, but top 3 seeds. We know we're going to see them probably, unless the Bengals beat the Bills.
Yeah.
Right.
So as far as the AFC goes, I think the only team I'm really worried about is the Bills, but it's more of like I think the Bills probably are almost playing the best football right now. I mean, they struggled a little with the Patriots, but Chiefs have struggled with 10 teams this year.
Yeah, I think injuries definitely scare me because if Mahomes is banged up and like if we get any more wide receivers injured,
Right. Xavier Worthy gave us a little scare there
Right.
in the
Oh my
game.
goodness. That was and if Chris Jones is seriously injured, that would also not be great for the Chiefs. Obviously. But I think injuries scare me the most, but since the Chiefs are kind of building towards the 1 seed, it worries me a little bit less cuz that rest is going to be huge. I also think everyone got what they wanted, and the Chiefs aren't able to rest players for the Steelers game
Oh, yeah.
because everyone was talking about how you don't want to rest them for 3 weeks. I was like, well, I would, but
Right.
out of all the teams in the NFL that I would be most worried about, like really failing after an extended bye, I don't think it's the Chiefs because of Andy Reid.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I actually don't want the Bengals to get in just because of that weirdness with them.
Mm-hmm.
I hope a different orange team with a B, whose name starts with a B, beats the Bills. I hope I hope Broncos win their early divisional. Well, I guess if the Broncos get in, it would be the 7th seed, so they would play the Bills first round.
Right. I would be a little curious because, like, in this 6-year stretch or whatever, I think the Chargers made the playoffs maybe twice.
Right.
And lost their first game each time.
Yep.
Raiders made it once, lost it. Haven't seen the Broncos in the playoffs at all.
No,
Like,
they've
since
been really
Peyton
bad.
Manning. So,
yeah, but I'm not. What's this on your whisker, kid? The cat's got something on his whisker here. But I'm not too worried about the Broncos. I think they always play us close because it's a divisional. But once again, I think the playbook was really closed for that game, even though it almost cost us. Yeah. But I learned that Bo Nix is 31st in the league in terms of quarterback yards per pass downfield.
Okay.
And I think that we saw against the Texans, you can't throw it under 5 yards against us and expect a good result.
Right.
And I don't know who the Broncos starting tight end is off the top of my head. Do you know?
They had a guy like, I don't know his name exactly, so I'm just going to butcher this, like Ogwumlele or something.
Oh yeah, I think he got hurt.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about though.
They used to have Noah Fant, but he went to the
Seahawks
in the Russell Wilson trade, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. So that is a good sign.
Right.
Because the Chiefs game plan has kind of been just leave the tight end on an island and pressure the quarterback from that side so he can't get the throw there.
Right. I would love it if every team played the Chiefs that way.
That would be cool. But they don't.
But I'm also glad that every other team does not have Travis Kelce.
Right, of course.
So,
well, the Raiders kind of do.
Yeah, Brock Bowers.
He looks great. He's the best tight end in football right now for sure. Yeah. Hey, stop that, cat.
Einstein.
The cat is just scratching stuff for now. I think he wants to get in whatever is in there.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, not too much scares me. I think the most worrying thing is that unlike 2022, I feel like this Chiefs team could lose to anybody.
Yeah, I definitely see that.
But once again, this defense is so well-rounded that it's not like other teams that we've had in the past. And like pure offensive teams don't really scare me.
Right.
Because I think, and the Bills, I said this last week, and I'll say it again. The Bills just remind me of the 2018 Chiefs. If they lose the turnover battle, they will lose the game. Yeah. I don't think that's the case with the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs can turn over the ball 1 or 2 times. And their defense is so good that they'll get a turnover or they'll make you punt.
Right. We finally have that defense where it's like, okay, need a stop here, they can get it.
Right.
Hasn't been that case Mahomes' whole career, especially the beginning there.
I know. And also, though, we did finally end a game on offense.
Right.
Which we almost never do, it seems like. But yeah, I mean, I don't think expectations scare me either because we have so many veteran voices on both sides of the ball. You know, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, then having Winchester on special teams still. I think that's important. Butker, and then Chris Jones. Oh my goodness, all the cats just running around upstairs. But yeah, I think having everybody just kind of prepared. I think we're going to move on here into the Chiefs versus Steelers preview. Evan, what are your initial thoughts?
I don't really care too much about this game.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Chiefs only need one thing to happen. They can win this game. They can win the next game. The Bills can lose either of those games. If any of those things happen, the Chiefs get the 1 seed. I have not paid any attention to the Steelers this year. I want to say they started with Justin Fields, and then Russell Wilson got healthy, and they've played him, and he's done pretty well.
Yeah, that's accurate.
But like you said, T.J. Watt's out for the year. Is that right?
I don't know if it's confirmed. I
Not
haven't
confirmed?
seen anything on confirmation yet. But I know he got injured. He didn't play in the last game.
Okay. So if T.J. Watt's playing, obviously that's going to be a guy to look out for. But other than that, I outside of fantasy relevant players, can't really name many Steelers.
I also think that the Chiefs can target George Pickens and fire him up and get him ejected, unironically. I think Joshua Williams starting is a good time for this because he'll just say some joke. TikTok star Joshua Williams. And then fire George Pickens up, and George Pickens will just throw a punch.
Yeah.
Because have you seen clips of him? He's done that in several games.
Like, the play's over, he's just fighting with some random cornerback about nothing.
It's so crazy. But yeah, I mean, I don't think the Chiefs are a good matchup for the Steelers at all.
Yeah.
I think we're everything that stops them.
Yeah, I think their running game is strong. They've got Najee Harris and Jalen Warren.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs' running defense has been really good this year.
Really good, yeah. And I think that Russell Wilson's going to need to throw the ball to beat the Chiefs. And I think the Ravens swallowed him up on that last game.
Mm-hmm.
I also think the real key to victory is just pressure. And the Chiefs have been getting pressure. So, once again, if Chris Jones is out, who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's all dependent on the Steelers' run game and the Chiefs' run game, for that matter.
Yeah.
If the Chiefs can run the ball, they can run everything else. So, Pacheco didn't play that much or that well. So getting him up to speed would be absolutely paramount. And just continuing the wide receiver connection with Mahomes and Worthy and Mahomes and Hopkins. They seem like they're really on the same page, and Travis is just, once again, he's not making the flashy plays anymore, but that's because they're not allowing him to. But if you play zone against the Chiefs, Travis Kelce will waddle into an area and have nobody within 8 yards of him.
Speaking of Travis Kelce, would love it if he had maybe 102 yards or so this week.
Yeah. How many yards did he have? Let me look it up. How many yards did he have last game?
He only had like 30.
Only 30?
So I think he's at like 730 for the year, and his over going into the season was 830. Seemed kind of like a slam dunk type of bet. And then he had that really slow start to the season.
Yeah.
Like, if he had just gotten like 30 those first couple games, then we'd probably be all right. But
yeah, he's got 739 yards so far this season. I need him to get, for no particular reason, 112 more yards.
112.
I'm pretty sure. Let me check my notes app to see how much I've been predicting him for, with no monetary value attached, that's for sure.
Yeah, I got him at like 830.5, and I put a sizable amount of units on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I also put a decently large amount of units on it. I also need Arizona Cardinals to win their last 2 games. That would really make me happy.
I need them to win at least one.
I need them.
I think I had them over 7.5.
I have the Cardinals over 7.5 and over 8.5.
Yeah.
So it would have been really nice if they beat the fucking terrible Panthers, but no.
Yep.
But
Went
yeah,
to overtime.
I need Travis Kelce to get 851 yards.
851.
So 112 yards in this game would be really cool, I think.
Yeah. It'd be a Christmas miracle. Do it for Taylor.
It would be a Christmas gift.
Yeah, a gift.
Evan, do you have a score prediction?
Let's see. Feels like a very slimy game. I'm gonna go. Let's see. Chiefs are gonna get 1 touchdown in this game.
Only one?
Only 1 touchdown.
Oh no, Evan.
It's gonna be a weird one too.
You think is this one's in Pittsburgh, right?
In Pittsburgh, because the Chiefs went undefeated at home this year.
What's the weather report? Hold on. This is important. What's the weather report? So, hold on. I'm
I have
looking it
not
up.
seen. I do not have Pittsburgh on my saved weather.
report. Pittsburgh. Okay. This is Wednesday.
Yep.
Precipitation. Almost no precipitation. What time is the game at?
I think it's at noon, but
Okay.
let's see.
There was no precipitation scheduled.
Yeah, it's at noon Wednesday on Netflix.
That's right. Fucking Netflix. Yeah, all of the precipitation is that's 30% precip is set to come at midnight there. So 10%, it says 10% precipitation. So if there's any snow, it will be a very small amount.
Let's see. I think the Chiefs are gonna score a lot, but not convert to touchdowns. So
You think they're gonna kick a whole bunch of field goals?
I think they're kicking a whole bunch of field goals.
Are you feeling the Harrison Butker over on the points? Because I think it's like 8.5 every week.
Yeah, if it's 8.5 or 7.5, he's definitely getting 9+. So
right.
take the over Harrison Butker
All right,
points.
all right.
So I think the Chiefs are gonna have 5 field goals and
Evan.
1 touchdown.
Evan.
So I think it's gonna be 22 to, let's see, I think 17.
Oh
22 to
gosh.
17
that's
Chiefs.
so gross. You're right. I kind of think the opposite for once. I think the Chiefs are figuring it out. I think that they're going to open the playbook a little bit because they want to start practicing these plays before they rest everybody against the Broncos after they win this game. I think they're going to break it. The barrier. Give me Chiefs 33, Steelers 24. I think it'll still be a close-ish game. I think Russell Wilson still has some magic, but I think the Chiefs kind of pull away there at the end. So I don't know how they get to 33. Hold on, let me think. Yeah, 33. Yeah, because that'll be 4 field goals and 3 touchdowns.
4 field goals, 3 touchdowns. Sounds good.
There you go. All right, now we're going to move on to our hot takes section as I find the Excel document for that. Yep. This one? Oh, no, that'll work. Technical masterpiece over here from your boy. I cannot just move it. What happens if I just minimize this? That works. Okay, cool. All right, let's scroll so you can see the current ones. Evan, I know you quote tweeted my tweet. What's the first hot take?
I did not actually get any of these on Twitter. I guess I'll check real quick. Just make sure there's no notifications there. Yeah, I did not get any on Twitter, but I did ask a couple friends.
Nice.
These friends are not Chiefs fans.
Okay,
and
good.
I'm not sure that they watch every single Chiefs game.
That's fine.
Obviously. So, first one is Mahomes looks worse this year because his athleticism is declining.
Interesting. What do you think? I don't think it's maybe. I'm thinking like C. Yeah, I'm thinking C tier. I think he's definitely looks worse. I'm not sure it's because of his athleticism though.
Right. There was I don't know if it was this last game, maybe the game before. It did seem like he's just kind of out of sync with guys this year.
I think once again that's just because of the line.
Yeah. But I mean, you still see him once a game pick up a 30-yard run for a first down or something.
Yeah.
Pulls that out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think he's just kind of egoing a little bit
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, which is why he'll miss the throw trap. But once again, I'm not so sure about how much of that is Mahomes is declining because I don't know. I think he's just been out of sync this year.
Oh, that was Calvin, by the way.
Nice. Okay. Thank you, Calvin. I have one take from Twitter, and it comes from friend of the show, Logan, and he says, Bills blow it again if they get seeded with the Bengals round 1. So if the Bengals make the playoffs and they're the last seed, they will beat the Bills.
I like that take.
You like that take?
I think that's very spicy.
All right, we'll put it
and
in
I think it's accurate. But the only thing I'm worried about there is I don't think the Bengals are going to end up making the playoffs.
I don't think so either. I think they screwed it. I think they left it too late. If Bills make playoffs, they'll beat the Bills. Oh, how Truman does this so quick. Maybe he's a better timer than me, which isn't that hard. S tier take. I do think the Bengals are a terrible matchup for the Bills because the Bills have absolutely no defense this year.
Right.
Which, like I said, similar to the 2018 Chiefs, will make you lose a game if you don't score a billion.
Yeah. Let's see. Another one from Chamber D this time.
Okay.
The worse the Chiefs look as a team, the more likely they are to win the Super Bowl.
That's that's slimy. But that is I don't know. What do you think? I think B tier.
That seems okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how true that is, but
like from an outside perspective, that's probably just how everyone feels.
Yeah. The worse the Chiefs look, I'm gonna say the better they are. Or actually, I'm gonna say what he said. Look, the more likely they win the Super Bowl.
And then I've got one more from Calvin. This is about college football. So the college football playoff should get rid of the auto buys, but keep the auto bids.
So no buys.
Not automatic buys. Like he's saying the top 4 teams by their rankings should get the buys. But in that case, like Boise State was like the 9th ranked team or 10th or something. So they wouldn't get a bye. They'd just be the 9th ranked team. They would still get in.
I do like that because I feel like Boise State's going to get boat raced.
Right.
I feel like they're about to get absolutely clobbered.
Might happen to Arizona State too.
I don't know about that. I think Arizona State actually is better than people think they are. But no, yeah, that's S tier because in no world is Boise State better than Texas.
Right. Like I think like that would help us avoid like this weekend we're gonna have Ohio State and Oregon play.
Yeah.
Which maybe that could end up being the national championship game.
That could be the best 2 teams.
If the seeding was different.
Yeah, but then again, Ohio State just needed to beat Michigan, and they would have.
Yeah,
that could have been the national championship.
Yeah,
so they didn't because they would have been higher seed than Georgia if that was the case. So once again, this is why games are important.
Yep. Yeah.
But how do we want to word this? Say it again. What he said.
CFP.
Yep.
Should get rid of auto buys.
Get rid of auto buys.
But keep auto bids.
Calvin.
Yep.
There we go. Any more? Is that it?
That's all I've got. Yep.
I agree with that for the most part. I mean, we just talked about it, so. Okay, cool. Moving on. I think that's all our hot takes. That's right. I had to pull the PowerPoint back up because that's what happens in this part of the show. Bottom left corner. Portion of it. Cool. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for sending in your hot takes. Remember that you can send in your hot takes at any time, anywhere, via text, Snapchat, or Twitter, or by fax, or postal mail and postcard. We haven't had a postcard hot take yet. Would be cool. NFC South Team of the Week. I think this one's obvious, Evan.
I did not watch any NFC South teams, but I'm going to give it to the Panthers.
That's right.
Going on the road?
I believe.
Maybe?
Once again.
Going into overtime, scoring 36 points on offense.
Yeah.
And getting that dub to hurt our bets.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Thanks a lot, Bryce. But, yeah, it's got to be the Panthers. I mean, they're looking for positives. They might, screw themselves out of the top overall pick. But when you're in those bottom 4, I don't think it really matters all that much, especially if you think you already have your quarterback, which, as the season goes on, I think Bryce Young is getting better. So
right, I think the Chiefs fixed him.
Dr. Chiefs. But yeah, I'm with you there. I think it's got to be Panthers. I don't think there's another choice. All right. And now our closest scorigami of the week. I should have been looking at this closer, but I wasn't. So there's no game going on today, is there?
There is a game tonight.
It's a game.
Let's see.
43,000.
Saints and Packers is tonight.
Oh, that's right. I think the close. I know we didn't get a scorigami, but I think our closest one is Philadelphia, Washington. Rarigami, 6 times agami.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the closest.
33 to 36.
Yep, 33 to 36, I believe.
Honestly, that one feels like it should have happened more.
It does, because I think this recently. Oh no, just kidding. 15-9, which I feel like should have happened way more times. That was only a 4-time agami somehow. I don't know how just a simple 8 field goal game has never been done more than 4 times.
Right.
But yes, that is our. Oh wait, no, we did have a scorigami. Well, no, wait, that was 2 weeks ago.
15-9 was last week, actually.
Did we discuss? When was our last episode? A week ago?
Yeah.
The 16th? Okay, so we would have discussed Buffalo, Detroit then.
Yes.
Yeah, so that'll make Atlanta and Vegas the 4-time agami.
That's actually from the week before. I think that was last Monday.
Yeah, so that will we count that? No, I don't think we can count that then. Okay, so it's hard to tell when all these games exactly were. Yeah, so we're just going to go with the 6-time agami then.
Okay.
Yeah, the 33-36 Washington with the Eagles absolutely choking it. Don't know how you lose when you did you know that they turned Washington over 5 times and lost?
Dang. That reminds me of my favorite fun fact from this year.
Oh,
is that Jared Goff has a 5 interception game that his team won.
yeah.
And a 5 touchdown game that his team lost this year.
I'm telling you, Jared Goff is the new just caretaker quarterback. But also, that reminds me, I have a good and very, very important pop culture moment.
Okay.
Dahm, that's not true pick of the week. I have to let me see here.
Take a look through these games real quick.
I say this on the show all the time. It is very difficult for me to watch teams that aren't mine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, but unless it's like a really important game that affects my team, I'm not really watching all that close. I've got one that I think I can do. Yeah, so for my Dahm, that is not true pick of the week. I'm going to go with Dolphins over Niners. Actually, no, the Niners suck.
I was gonna go Cowboys over Bucks.
Yeah. That was kind of out of nowhere. Cooper Rush.
Right. I think I saw some arguments about like Baker Mayfield got like destroyed on like a lot of people would call it roughing the passer.
Yeah.
And then like it was clearly like a down pass too, and they let the fumble stand, and I think it was a touchdown. That kind of changed that game.
Absolutely.
I didn't watch it, but I think I remember seeing a tweet about that. So,
give me Bills over Patriots. not because I think that the Patriots should have won, but I don't think the Bills are that bad.
Right.
I think
they should have won by more.
Yes,
okay.
I think that the Bills are better than that. So yeah, I'll take the Patriots losing to the Bills, not by 20 somehow.
Yeah.
All right. My 5-team parlay review. I believe this lost like immediately, but I am not so sure because I think it might still have games going on. I think I might have put the Packers in here. But if MGM would let me log in seamlessly, or if I would have had it pulled up already, that would have been ideal. But yeah, what I do need is a whole bunch of Josh Jacobs rushing yards and touchdowns, so I can continue in the keeper league, Evan. Yeah, it looks like it already failed. Oh, that's right. I remember. Yeah, the Broncos lost that parlay immediately. So this is the worst parlay of the year, actually.
Like, was that the one Truman asked you to change to the Broncos?
Mm-hmm.
That time it didn't work out.
No, it did not. And then so Broncos, it was Broncos, Colts, Rams, Eagles, Cardinals. And so Cardinals, Eagles, and Broncos lost. And then obviously Colts and Rams both won. Okay, and then I had a pretty bad betting weekend after that, but we're not going to talk about that because it's on time for the next parlay. So I'm going to take Chiefs at -155. I think that's some of the best odds you'll ever get the Chiefs at.
Yep.
Give me Ravens at -225. I think they're just a better team. Give me Broncos Bengals. Oh, a fight for the playoffs. I'm staying the hell away from that game though. Geez, a lot of weird games. Give me Saints over the Raiders. Give me the oh my gosh, these are just such weird games. Give me the Falcons over the Commanders. Weird one, but Michael Penix looking good. And finally, let's lock this one in with the Lions are only -190 over the night. Wait, do the Lions have their 1 seed locked up?
No.
Okay, so they'll be playing for something then. Then give me the Lions somehow -190 over the Niners. I don't know how that's possible. But yeah, so Chiefs, Ravens, Saints, Falcons, and Lions for plus 1662.
Better than FanDuel.
Nice.
I have plus 1580 on that.
Wow. So. Always shop your lines, folks. Always shop your lines. Okay, that'll be my 5-team parlay of the week. And now we're just gonna, kind of start wrapping the show up, and we're going to get into our top 5 Christmas gifts. And I'm gonna say that these are actually. Hold on, I forgot to do something. Evan, what do you think of the? Because I haven't been doing any of these. Oh my gosh, what did I hit?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying.
Why is it not gonna yaw? It should be yawing for me. Oh my gosh!
I can make the noise.
The soundboard is weird. What did I do to the soundboard? Why is the soundboard not? It was working a second ago. Oh my gosh. Anyway, whatever. It's
I'll make the noise.
Yeah. Okay. Chiefs over Steelers.
Yeah.
Ravens over Texans.
Ooh, I feel a little weird about this one.
Okay. Saints over Raiders.
Yeah.
Falcons over Commanders.
Ooh, I feel a little weird about this one.
And Lions over Niners.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I like it. I don't know why the soundboard isn't working all of a sudden. It should be. It plays, but it's not. Well, what the heck? I don't know what the hell happened. It was working before the show. Anyway. Oh, Allison just added another hot take that I'm just going to read out but not put in the list. Allison said, I don't know if I'm too late, but I was wrong about the stars. We're cooked. Influenza outbreak on team and staff. They're actually cooked. They're getting fevers. But yeah. Anyway. Thank you, everybody, for putting in your takes and everything else. And I bet you this is fixed now. It's not. But now our top 5 Christmas gifts. These can be ones that you have either given or received, Evan.
Ooh.
So I know some really good ones that I've gotten. Do you have any of them that just stick out to you in the top of your head immediately?
I've got a list that I was making earlier.
Okay.
So I did not know it was given gifts as well.
Oh.
But I added one from there.
Okay, sweet. Do you have your list ready?
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. At number 5, I'm gonna put Rock Band.
Ooh.
Remember getting that on Christmas morning. Felt like a game that my brother and I were like equally as good at for once, and like he's older than me, so all of the games that I would play, he'd like absolutely dominate. But this was like 7th or 8th grade, and we had a lot of fun playing that together.
Nice.
Number 4, kind of goes along with it, an Xbox 360.
Ooh.
Probably the console that I've gotten the most life out of.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like outside of like my computer at this point.
Right, and I feel like a lot of those Xbox 360 games you can just go back and play.
Right. like at that time, like playing Halo 3
Yeah,
all the
Halo
time.
3, Modern Warfare 2.
Uh, third spot here. This is a gift that I gave.
Mm-hmm.
So in like 2010, 2011, there was a Kevin James movie called Here Comes the Boom,
Yeah, I
where
remember.
he's like a high school teacher that's like raising money for his school, and he like becomes a professional
Yeah, MMA
wrestler,
fighter.
MMA fighter. Yeah.
Yeah.
My brother and I had talked about like going to see this in theaters or something, and we didn't end up doing it. So then I like got it as a gift for him, like a DVD. But then I completely forgot about that, and the next year I got him the DVD version of Here Comes the Boom again, like completely on accident. So then for like 6 years straight, I would get him a DVD of Here Comes the Boom as part of his present.
That's that's pretty funny. I'm actually gonna put one of the ones that I'm giving this year on the list because that reminds me.
Nice. Number 2 is, I think it was called a Super Garage. It was just like this Hot Wheels type, like it was like a parking garage structure that you could go up and down, or there was a way to like have the car go all the way down.
Oh, nice.
So that was like the earliest gift I remember getting and really liking.
Oh crap! I gotta put one of those on the list actually.
And then I'll put this one at number 1 for the show. I think it was 2021 when the Chiefs, or like K-State went to the Texas Bowl, Skylers last year.
Yeah.
And I usually go to the bowl games.
Right. Yeah.
But that was one I couldn't make for some reason.
Uh-huh.
And like right in the middle of COVID, I guess. And weird timing. It was a late bowl game.
Right.
Anyway, I couldn't go to that. And I think like my parents help with that, like a bowl trip for Christmas gifts sometimes, or like get me a bowl ticket or something.
Right.
And so I used that. So I asked for like a Chiefs playoff ticket that year instead.
Oh, wow.
And so I ended up getting playoff tickets to the Chiefs game versus the Bills.
Oh, right. The 13 seconds.
The 13 seconds game.
Ugh.
And that's probably like the best sporting event like that I'll ever go to in my life.
Yeah, probably ever.
Like I can only go downhill from there.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. The only one that I have been to that even comes close is the game at Denver, I believe 2 years ago, when we won off of the fumble, the Nick Bolton scoop and score.
Is that the one where like the family behind you was like jawing, and then like you turn around and they're just like already gone?
So I mean, nobody really jawed at us. People jawed at us at the Islanders games that we went to. But this one, totally calm. Truman and me are the only Chiefs fans like anywhere near us. Like maybe there's a couple like 10 rows up or whatever. But this family in front of us was like, getting excited because they're driving down the field. They're about to win the game. We see them fumble, and he's free and clear. And Truman and I, hug each other. Yeah. And by the time we stopped celebrating, we turned back around, and this family that was 2 rows in front of us, like 6 of them, all gone. So yeah, go back to your top 5.
All right. At number 5, I had Rock Band. At number 4, Xbox 360. At number 3, giving Here Comes the Boom to my brother multiple Christmases in a row. Number 2 was a Hot Wheels Super Garage.
Yeah.
And then number 1 was the 13 seconds Chiefs ticket.
Nice. Yeah, I that's hard to beat. I don't know if you'll ever get a better gift than that.
Right.
So I'm going to start out with an honorable mention, also Hot Wheels related. Do you remember the Hot Wheels door ramp that it like connected to the top of the door so you could like get an ass load of speed for your Hot Wheels track?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I got that for Christmas when I was like 10. That was awesome. But that doesn't make my list. Number 5 is actually a gift that I'm giving this year, and my dad knows that I'm giving it to him because this is what he asked for.
Oh, yeah.
My dad asked for rolls of quarters. So I just went to the bank today, got him 4 rolls of quarters. I'm like, Dad, what, you want to like look for rare coins? And he goes, no, I'm just going to play pinball. He's like, yeah, I'm planning on going to some pinball tournaments. Okay, Dad. So I'm getting him rolls of quarters. Amazing. I think that's the goofiest gift ever. In my number 4 spot, it's a gift I actually got this year. Shelby got me some really nice metal D&D dice, which they're really nice. It's a really great gift. So I'm going to be using those for a long time. Number 3, last year my brother got me this Tottenham jacket that you see me wear all the time. It was last year our third kit was like this brown color, and I think it just can go with a lot of things. And he gave it to me right before because he had already gotten it before my England trip, which was in like early December, which was the best part of this. So I was able to take it on the trip to me to see the game. So that was a really good gift. Number 2, my dad got my brothers and I Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Okay.
Like when I was like 10, 11, or 12. And we literally played it until it broke on Christmas Day. Like we got like 5 hours. We played it so much, but that was just an awesome gift. And in 2008, gotta lay the backstory for this for my number 1. A rule in my house is that my parents generally do not buy electronics as Christmas gifts. So like, no iPads, no phones, no like video games, whatever. And this is when like the Nintendo Wii had been out for like a year, and it had only been out for like actually not a year, not a full year yet. I think it was like whatever, like March or whatever. And we really wanted one. We're like, oh man, this looks cool. And then my parents had told us, no, we're not getting it. Christmas Day in front of the TV, Nintendo Wii. And we're like, holy shit. And it was like, just the greatest thing ever. Wii Sports, Wii Play, amazing. So yeah, that's my number 1. So number 5, giving my dad 4 rolls of quarters as a gift. Amazing. Number 4, D&D dice I've received. Number 3, my Tottenham jacket. Number 2, Rock'em Sock'em Robots. And number 1, the Nintendo Wii.
Nice.
Man, what a great console the Wii was. All right, well, that's just going to about do it for us. We're going to get into our pop culture minute and get out of here. Once again, thank you to all of our patrons, Ozzy, Joe, Dylan, Aaron, Skylar, and Meltbox Kansas City, opening in a couple months in that same Iron District. Evan, do you have a pop culture minute?
Just like happy holidays. Spend time with family, spend time with friends. Reach out to people you haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. I have only one thing to say, and that's Brock Purdy is a janitor. I never want to hear you talk about the 49ers ever again. That bum is going to be selling insurance in 2 years when his rookie contract expires. That team is terrible. Any good quarterback would excel with those weapons. I don't care how many of them are injured. They need to be better. He's a janitor. I don't want to ever hear it again. Holy shit, this season has been so vindicating for me. And the worst part of it all, Evan, do you remember when we were doing the preseason bets? Do you remember what bet I accidentally placed and then cashed out?
What was that?
It was San Francisco under 7.5 wins on the year. And it was plus like 800.
Oh, and you cashed it out.
And I cashed it out because I was like, obviously, that's not the bet I was trying to make. I was trying to bet Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
Because, it groups it by division. Man. Apparently, I should have just kept that one.
Right.
My goodness. That team is awful. And it's hilarious. Seeing Super Bowl hangovers of teams that are loud, like the Eagles and Niners, just so delicious. But I am a little worried about the Eagles getting into the playoffs. But yeah, that's going to be it, folks. Thank you all for... Wait, is the outro playing? I don't think it... What the hell happened? Oh, I'm fixing this. Yap about something.
K-State basketball, not looking good if you are only a fan of the men's team. Right. But take some time, watch some women's games. Watch some women's games instead of the men's games. Turn off the men's games. Only watch the women's games. I think they've got some home Saturday games in January that they're going to try and fill up. It'd be nice to show them some support since they're actually doing good things.
Actually decent.
So, and we probably did not pay the players on the women's team $4 million or whatever.
To be a traffic cone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, hold on. I'm going to
turn off the
TV.
TV.
Off the TV and then turn it back on because that's what helped last time. Let's see if I can feel a little weird right now.
Ooh.
Nope, can't. Of course not. Gosh dang it, what the hell happened to the audio?
Jamie will add it in post.
I'm so upset, dude. What the hell happened? But anyway, well, the outro is going to run in my mind as we do this. It's going to get louder and louder as we go, as you can obviously tell. I must have hit something. Oh, wait, it was the mute button. It was the mute button. I dropped the mouse on the mute button.
Ooh, I blame Einstein.
I feel a little weird right now.
Anyway, yeah, thanks a lot, Kat. I blame you. It was definitely me dropping my phone on the mute button. Typical Dahm, that's true. But yeah, thank you all. Thank the patrons. Love you all. Merry Christmas. Spend time with your family. As Evan said, support the women's team. They're good. Still support the men's team, but don't let it ruin your evening or anything like that. Yeah. Evan, thank you for showing up here. Look forward to seeing you again in the upcoming trivia.
Yeah.
See you guys.